Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading is verses 14, 16, and 17 of Zephaniah chapter 3. Shout for joy, daughter of Zion. Shout in triumph, Israel. Rejoice and triumph with all your heart, daughter of Jerusalem. On that day it will be said to Jerusalem, do not be afraid, Zion. Do not let your hands fall limp. The Lord your God is in your midst, a victorious warrior. He will rejoice over you with joy. He will be quiet in his love. He will rejoice over you with shouts of joy.
Zephaniah had to deliver hard news to Judah. Because of their sins, especially the sin of worshiping false idols, a day of great judgment lay ahead. On that day, the prophet said, God would judge their enemies, but his anger would also devastate the nation he loved. In verse 16 of chapter 3, however, Zephaniah uses the same phrase, on that day, to promise a time of renewal. God encourages them to rejoice, even while they wait and endure a time of suffering. As the other prophets do, Zephaniah connects the call to joy with God's faithful presence among his people. Whatever they face, he will be with them. They have enemies and feel abandoned, but God is a victorious warrior who will rejoice over them with shouts of joy. And what about those of us who are believers? We also wait for a world restored, where our fellowship with God will never end. The writer of Hebrews sees Jesus as our example for joyful work while we run with endurance toward that goal. Consider Jesus, he writes, who endured the cross for the joy set before him, that of sitting in fellowship with God the Father. Because we look forward to that same blessing, we can set fear aside and rejoice.